What about delivering that? How
Yeah.
about making it clearer in the delivery so that everyone understands those contracts?
Yeah, good question. So we don't just want to provide this information. We want to give them access, and we want them to have a say as well. So we don't. We
And
found,
also find the people. It's not just a company.
Right.
It's really feedback from the individuals, and having them part of that workflow is much more powerful than just sending a PDF on an email.
yeah, and then there's a lot more information that we can provide our teams as well. So, if there's a certain workflow, a deliverable process that you want to follow on within a certain milestone, such as your coordination process, make sure you define a clear flow chart. Define a clear deliverable process or deliverable dates as to when you expect models to be received, so you can run your clash detection, or when you're going to share those models back. That way they understand how important it is to share those models with you on those days and run those clash detection purposes.
So it's great to have a scope. It's great to have a defined date. But if you don't wrap that in contract terms, if you don't wrap that in supporting documentation to help people understand exactly how and the workflows and processes that are involved, that are mandated or that are recommended, then it's going to be more challenging for you to get what you are looking for. So that's another part. And then understanding that you've got a great and very complete scope, and being able to visualize it and being able to see it is fantastic. But it's really much more powerful if you are not sending the whole scope to every single team on the project, but being able to filter. So one of the really key parts that we've seen powerful benefit from, and actually people are able to read and understand, is here we're filtering for just the plumbing scope, and instead of sending many, many pages of that detail, it boils down to just 3 pages for the plumbing scope. So suddenly, interpreting and understanding is much more powerful.
Yeah, and so one of the most common challenges we found from others is that contracting a BIM execution plan has been difficult, and that's mainly because it contains information of others that people might be afraid to sign on to because there's so much overlap and things like that. But if you can provide a very lean and detailed scope of what they're responsible for, they're more likely to get engaged and actually complete the project with you.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And then if you're filtering by responsibility, you also might want to filter by the handover of maybe a milestone. So if you have an information delivery milestone, being able to say this team for this responsibility, so here it's a handover scope, again, being able to filter it down and present them just the elements that they are required, along with just the information requirements that they are needing to add to.
Right.
And then as you go through a workflow, being able to keep an archive, but also a live environment for teams to work and collaborate as things change on the project is really essential. So we've seen power from keeping it live and also being able to archive along the way anything contractually.
We first need to know what you're going to use the BIM for.
Yeah.
Right?
Why are we doing BIM in the first place? Let's understand the purpose first.
And not just myself or Clive or you, but everyone involved.
Yeah, so involving the whole team in that process, following those 5 simple steps to answer those basic questions, and keeping it
Keep it simple.
simple. Like
And
the
visual.
whole process, keep it simple, keep it visual.